Details about a 6-year-old boy who was brutally beaten and nearly killed. While he recovers today, his mother was arrested. Her boyfriend is also under arrest for the alleged attack. Local 10's Byron Tollefson is live in West Miami-Dade with reaction from the boy's grandmother. Byron?
Well, we have been watching this story over the last several weeks. We've heard from the boy's grandmother, who has just been so upset about what has happened here. She has temporary protective custody of that child at this time. But now the boy's mother is behind bars here at TGK. And now we are hearing from her lawyer. A mother is in custody tonight as her 6-year-old son with autism continues to recover from being severely beaten, allegedly at the hands of her boyfriend. North Miami Beach police confirming that the mom, Cynthia Hernandez, was arrested today for child neglect, failing to report child neglect, and giving false information to law enforcement. It was earlier this month when 6-year-old Mason went unconscious for 30 minutes at a North Miami Beach home as paramedics arrived. Video shows the boy being revived by a North Miami Beach police officer on scene. Police say the mom's boyfriend, 34-year-old Daniel Romero, caused bleeding and swelling in the little boy's brain, liver, kidney, and spleen lacerations, as well as breaking his shoulder. Since then, Mason has spent weeks in the ICU and has been on a ventilator. Detectives say the boyfriend, Romero, pushed the mom to falsely tell police that Mason accidentally fell off a bike, which you can hear in body camera video released by North Miami Beach police when they first showed up at the home.
Let me see him. And he fell off the bike. Hey, Papa. Hey.
The mother's attorneys say she's a victim of Romero too, and they're confident that she will be vindicated. Adding, quote, "We are extremely disappointed that the North Miami Beach Police Department has decided to arrest and press charges against a mother who is nothing more than a victim. People are not perfect, but this is a dire mistake," end quote.
Here's the question. At what point do you hold the mother responsible? Was she truly scared enough to where she couldn't tell anyone? Is it like where will she get beaten? Was she ever getting beaten? Do you think the mother should be held responsible? Let's get over into this next video and see what else they can tell us.
A mother surrendering to North Miami police after her boyfriend was charged with beating her 6-year-old son who has autism. At last check, the child is still in the hospital in critical condition. CBS News Miami's Peter Dench is your reporter at the jail in West Miami-Dade, where the mother is being held tonight.
Cynthia Hernandez has been booked into the jail after North Miami Beach police say she voluntarily turned herself in. She faces several charges, including failing to report child neglect. North Miami Beach police say there were inconsistencies in Cynthia Hernandez's statements since the night her 6-year-old autistic son Mason was severely beaten.
Is he okay? Is he breathing?
Body cam video captured police responding to her home and their efforts to revive the child. Police say he was left with bleeding on his brain, cuts to his liver and kidney, and bruises. We recently spoke with the child's grandmother.
I know that my grandson was in pain, like screaming and crying. No child should receive such brutal attacks onto himself. He had a brain bleed, he has a broken shoulder. I'm in deep sorrow and hurt because Mason has love. He has us.
Hernandez's boyfriend, Daniel Romero, was charged with aggravated child abuse, causing great bodily harm, child neglect, and providing false information to police. Now Hernandez is charged with child neglect, failure to report child neglect, and providing false statements to police. As Mason remains in the hospital, his grandmother cherishes these images from December 23rd of Mason singing by a Christmas tree.
He's very bubbly, but he enjoys music and he loves karaoke. That is one of his fab things that him and I do a lot.
Police say the welfare of Mason is a top priority, and they urge people to call them if they have additional information that can help them. And while Mason's grandmother has spoken about the child, she told us she does not want to comment about her daughter's arrest out of respect for her legal rights. We heard from Mason's grandmother in a statement to CBS News Miami. She asked for prayers for Mason and said she hoped that charges against Romero would be upgraded to attempted murder. In West Miami-Dade, Peter Dench, CBS News.
If he beat on that child, he deserves to go to jail for the rest of his life. It's as simple as that. But the real question is, does the mother deserve to be charged? Was she truly scared? Was she just a did she not attempt at all to go to find help for her son getting beaten? It's a crazy situation. Where's the father, Brett? Because they said that's the boyfriend. Where's the father? Well, let's go over into this next video where she appears in court.
A mother faced a judge today on child neglect charges after her 6-year-old son was allegedly badly beaten by her boyfriend. CBS News Miami's Yvonne Taylor is your reporter live in West Miami-Dade at the jail where this mom could walk free at any moment, Yvonne.
She has not come out of jail yet, Chelsea, but I must tell you that Cynthia Hernandez's attorney alleged today that the state filed charges against his client so that she could testify against the man accused of beating the autistic child. Now, the judge made her own conclusion and she said bond for more than $10,000 for the child's mom.
Is this Miss Cynthia Hernandez?
32-year-old Cynthia Hernandez, who turned herself in to face charges of child neglect, failure to report child neglect, and providing false statement to law enforcement, was in bond court this Saturday. A private attorney spoke on her behalf.
In Ms. Hernandez's case, the accusations are not that she directly failed or omitted to provide the child with the care. It is actually her partner, who she was living at the time, that was the one who was accused and arrested for the alleged child neglect and the child abuse.
Hernandez's boyfriend, 32-year-old Daniel.
But did she try to report it? I would like to, I mean, most mothers, I would understand that even with the risk of them getting hurt themselves, they would try to report and get them away, get their child away from the abuser. Did she make any attempt at all to at least find someone to help, or was she too afraid, or did she just not care?
Eduardo Romero was arrested on January 11th on charges of aggravated child abuse causing great bodily harm, child neglect with great bodily harm, and providing false information to law enforcement. This case gained notoriety when police responded to a home in Northwest 179th Street for a report of a child in cardiac arrest. Police released body cam video where the 5-year-old child was seen wrapped in blanket with no detectable pulse.
This is a case, Judge, where I believe that the state attorney's office, after a couple of weeks, decided to charge Ms. Hernandez just so that they could use her as a state witness against the main perpetrator, who has already been arrested since the inception of the case.
Does she have to be charged for that to happen?
I do find that there is probable cause for each of these charges, and I'm going to be setting the standard bonds, which would be $7,500 for count 1, and $2,500 for count 2, and $500 for count 3.
And Hernandez was also instructed to stay away from the victim, which is the child, once she comes out. She was also told she cannot carry or possess a firearm. This woman is expected to be released from this jail known as TGK sometime tonight. We're live in West Miami-Dade. Yvonne Taylor, CBS News.
It's a crazy situation, no matter how you think about it. Do you think the mother deserves? That's the main question. Do you think the mother deserves to be charged? Let's go through the AI breakdown. So they said in January, Miami mother was arrested in connection with the severe abuse of her 6-year-old autistic son. So the victim, Mason, a 6-year-old nonverbal autistic boy, was found unresponsive in cardiac arrest on January 9th. The mother turned herself in on January 23rd. She is charged with child neglect, failure to report child neglect or abuse, and providing false information to law enforcement. Hernandez's boyfriend, Daniel, 34, was arrested on January 11th and is charged with aggravated child abuse causing great bodily harm and child neglect. Daniel allegedly beat the child because he became frustrated with his behavior associated with his autism. The child suffered brain bleeding, lacerations to the liver, kidney, and spleen, a fractured arm, and multiple bruises. Police officers performed life-saving measures for about 20 minutes to revive him before he was hospitalized in critical condition. So Hernandez's attorney argues that she is just a victim of domestic violence at the hands of Ramono. of her boyfriend, and only lied because he coerced her. The lawyer claimed that she was arrested primarily so the state could use her as a witness against him. So, like they said, she was on bond for $10,500 in order to stay away from the son. The son is currently with the grandmother. Now, I don't know anything about. Did they have to charge her just to use her as a witness? Is that normal proceedings? And I would like for her there to be some kind of history of the. Well, I guess you won't see it, but do we have anything to confirm that she was actually being a victim of domestic abuse, or is she just saying that? Did her friends and family see her with bruises? At the end of the day, ladies, please, I've said this several times. Choose the father of your children carefully. Um, I don't know. Well, this isn't the father of her children, but anyone you decide to date potentially has the potential to become a parent to your children, especially if you're living with them, constantly around them. That's like their parents. So you have to choose anyone who you're going to be seeing seriously and have them around your kid carefully, because they could. How are they going to act? Are they your abuser? What is happening? No matter how you look at it, it's a terrible situation. A 6-year-old boy was terribly beaten. Not the father, but the boyfriend's charges should be upgraded. They should be upgraded and went over to attempted murder. It's a crazy situation, but let me know your thoughts on that situation, y'all. Let me know how you feel about it. Let me know if you disagree with anything I said. It's a crazy situation, absolutely crazy. But let's pivot over into this.